Hi, my name is Jeremy Morey, and I'll be speaking about the dangers of TBIs in football. Football is a dangerous sport. According to Time magazine's The Tragic Risk of an American Obsession, there were approximately 2.5 million visits to the emergency room in 2013-2014 as a result of traumatic brain injuries, also known as TBIs. Approximately 41% of these TBIs are sports injuries. Football is the number one sport for TBIs, whether it is at the amateur level or the professional level. The problem with TBIs is there can be long-term and short-term problems. With such problems in the brutal contact sport, there has been a lot of controversy, legislation, modification, and debate surrounding one of America's favorite sports. We will start by talking about the dangers of TBIs. There are many dangers with TBIs, with the most serious being death, along with many short-term and long-term effects. Some of the short-term effects of TBIs are as simple as dizziness, memory loss, vision problems, and loss of motor skills. Some of the long-term effects are forms of dementia such as Alzheimer's, mood disorders, depression, and a disease called chronic traumatic encephalopathy, commonly known as CTE. The problem with CTE is that it cannot be diagnosed until after the person has been deceased. This disease causes shrinkage in the brain tissue. There are many issues such as depression, mood swings, and can cause the sufferer to commit suicide. We will discuss several cases of TBIs. There are problems with brain injuries throughout all levels of football, from the high school level through the pro level. Chad Stover was a high school football player who played on defense. During a game, he tackled an opposing player, causing his helmet to hit the ground in his head. After several minutes, he got to his feet and went to the sideline. After being asked several times by the coach if he was alright, he was released back into the game. The minute he got back in the game and he got to the huddle, he fell down and lost consciousness. Within 2 weeks, he had become deceased because of a traumatic brain injury that he suffered during that game. Another case study would be Junior Seau. He was a professional football player for many, many years. He was an All-Pro, he was a Pro Bowler, and he suffered from TBI. He took many hits to the head. He suffered from depression because of this. He ended up being diagnosed with CTE after he had committed suicide. That is a problem with this, is you cannot diagnose it until after you are deceased. In the next section, I will talk about some of the legislation and procedure changes that have been done to try to decrease this problem. Many schools have either discontinued or put many regulations on the sport, along with parents and young adults getting pulled from the sport of football. California has added a law banning full contact in the off-season and only 3 weeks of full contact practice during the regular season. College conferences like the Pac-12 and the Ivy League have set up a weekly allowance of full contact hours that you can practice with. The NFL also has only allowed 14 full contact practices during the regular season. In conclusion, a rise in awareness in the seriousness and the frequency of head injuries in the game of football has led to a call for action, legislation, and research at the forefront of this call to bring to light the seriousness of such injuries and preventative measures and change to the game. It is important to continue the direction of advancement in safety measures and also in bringing to attention the injuries associated with the game.